October 22nd. We're going to be in Luke. It is yesterday. No, we're going to be in Matthew today, chapter 20. It's a parable, a little story that Jesus is telling. And it's an interesting one because from a worldly framework, it makes no sense. And what is it? He says, the kingdom of heaven is like. Now, when he uses this phraseology and this terminology, it's trying to give us an idea of something that we can't see, we don't know about, right? So he's trying to describe and allow for us to understand the characteristics of the kingdom of heaven. And so he says it's like the master of a house. He went out early in the morning to hire laborers for the vineyard. After agreeing with the laborers for a denarius a day, he sent them into the vineyard. And going about the third hour, he saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and he said, "Hey, you go in the vineyard too, and I'll give whatever is right to you." Verse 5, they went, and going out at the 6th hour and the 9th, he did the same. And the 11th hour he went, and he found others standing. And he said, "Why do you stand here idle all day?" He said, "Because no one has hired us." "Well, you go to the vineyard too." Verse 8, when evening came, the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman, "Call the laborers and pay them their wages, beginning with the last up to the first." And when those hired about the 11th hour came, each of them received a denarius. Now when those hired first came, they thought they would receive more, but each of them also received a denarius. And on receiving it, they grumbled at the master of the house. Verse 12, saying, "These last worked only 1 hour, and you have made them equal to us who have borne the burden of the day and the scorching heat." But he replied to one of them, "Friend, I'm doing you no wrong. Did you not agree with me for a denarius? Take what belongs to you and go. I choose to give to this last worker as I give to you. Am I not allowed to do what I choose with what belongs to me? Do you begrudge my generosity? So the last will be first, and the first last." Some would say, yes, it's not right. You can't do that. But notice what Jesus says in this example. Am I not allowed to do what I choose with what belongs to me? Yeah. Do you begrudge my generosity? Right? You're angry because I'm generous? You don't like that? We like it when it pertains to us. When it pertains to others, yeah, we have problems sometimes. And so Jesus is calling them out. And it's a very interesting kind of thing as it relates to the kingdom of heaven. It's all by his generosity. It's all because of his grace. Those who come in the last moment, those who seemingly are forgiven much, those forgiven little, like everyone's a sinner, and whenever and however you get in, it's by the grace of God. The chapter continues, and he talks about his upcoming death again. And in the midst of that, then James and John and their mom come up with this plan to ask him about the kingdom and, being on the right and the left. And he's like, you don't get it, right? The first shall be last, the last shall be first. It's not about trying to prove yourself to get in. It's not about, well, therefore you should get in and others would not, right? No, the generosity and the grace of God means it's not appropriate to ask those kind of questions. We're not seeking for ourselves. We're just seeking him. What's that looking like in your life today? As we have received such generosity and such mercy, are we givers of that generosity and of that mercy? Till next time, keep growing, little by little.